Everything you see here is strictly informational. This is not a channel for you to be taking financial advice from. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a broker. I am just a person that is here recording my journey about learning the markets along the way. So please do not consider me a financial advisor. Do not risk any more money than what you have. Do not be borrowing other people's money. Do not do anything stupid that you're going to regret later with your money. What's up, people? All right, how's it going? Welcome to Bodies and Wicks, and in case you didn't know what that means, it's a candle. It is a candle because a candle has a body and it has a wick. I just misspelled wicks, and I put an X in there. You know, I try to be trendy, just like the stock market. All right, enough of my stupid ass. Let's get to the charts. Right now, I'm going to do a little bit of a review of the Nasdaq. Nas100, whatever you want to call it, because it acts a little bit different. I just did a video on SPX, the S&P. I did one on gold. I'm going to do one on Nas. Nas is acting a little bit different. So if I'm going to draw the channel like I did for SPX, it's a little bit different. So here's my SPX channel in between these two red lines, right? As you can see, we're way up above and out of this channel. Now, to draw the channel, the white channel that I do have, that is also, to say the least, a little bit naive. I don't think it's going to grow in that kind of exponential way. I do kind of have a prediction on what might happen next. So let's get into, this is the daily one, right? So this is if I were to draw the daily channel as if I had my SPX. It looks something like this. Let's go into the 4 hour. So we had an interesting week with the Nasdaq, right? So we can get in a little bit closer here. Actually, let's do the hourly for the week. It is not wanting to act like I wanted to act. So let me see here. We started off right around here. We had this interesting start to the week, right, to where it completely took off. And I actually called that on Monday. And if you don't believe me, what I will do is I will go back to the regular trading view, right? And I'm Ted Salim, by the way, on TradingView. If any of you want to find me, follow me, do whatever you want to do. But I'm going to go to my profile here and show you my calls. See, here's like the gold call that I've been talking about. Oh no, this isn't the one. Let me go back. This is what I'm going to talk to you about next, anyway. But let's see here. Where's that Nasdaq call? Here it is. So this is what I had called. And I posted this actually in the chat channel, and I had people laughing at me. They were like, "Oh, he's going along with the trend line," and it wasn't just a trend line. I had put two Fibonacci's, right, and both the Fibonacci's were well below the 50 mark. That usually tells me that it's at a good price to buy. It was also on a trend line, and it just broke in this other trend line. So I said buy, right at this time. And if you press play, as you can see, it just completely went out of the park. So ha to you guys who didn't believe me that Nas was gonna buy, because that was moneymaker for sure. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to the chart and to what I believe it's gonna do next. And I think we're at a buying point. And well, you know what? I don't think it is showing. Okay. Thank God. So what I think is going to happen now is that we are kind of in this channel, and we have been in this channel for quite some time, even though I do believe it's a little naive that we're going to stay in this channel, because it did kind of break out, right? I think it's going to look more like this, because that goes more along the lines of these high points that we've had. We just got a little bit overbought, right? So we just got a little bit overbought this week out of that channel. So now I think we are at a tipping point to where we're going to buy again. If not, we have already bought. We had this weird downtrend, what I like to call a ladder in the channel, to where it just went straight down. What I want to do is I want to wait, right? I'm going to try to zoom in on this a little bit more. I want to wait to see what happens first. I don't want to buy just yet. I want to wait for it to get out of this channel, because we could still go in this downward motion and out of the daily channel, but I don't think we're going to get out of this. I think we're probably going to hit the bottom of this channel at some point, probably come back out of it, and then come back down and then retest it. That's what I think. So it's going to be somewhat of this type of motion, right? It could be down in here, come back out, and then back down, and then that's when I'll buy. I do believe that is going to be more like this scenario. Why is this thing not wanting to do what I want it to do? I do believe that is more of the scenario, but I want to wait first. I don't want to buy just yet, because I want to see how it reacts. But just because I do have the channels drawn up here, there is a major resistance line, this green line here. If we go back, we can kind of see, we can kind of see how it made this resistance here. So, I had the touching point here as the top. We had the touching point here as the top. Finally broke through, hit the bottom, right? So we have made this green line here, a major resistance point. So, and also it just touched here again. So what I do think is going to happen is at first we're going to have to break out of this ladder channel, right? This ladder channel that's going downward. We're going to break out of that first, and then probably come back down, either touch the channel line, or touch the resistance line again, or support. Sorry, to hit the support line again. So I think that is probably what's going to happen, and then I think it could take it long. But it all just depends on what we're going to see this week. We did see a really weird end to the week, right? As you can see, it just kind of, because we had that start of the week to where it just blatantly just took off and out of the park, kind of stayed above here. I honestly thought once it got down to this point, you can see my Fibonacci level is the 78.5. This is a level I've been watching lately, 78.5, 71, and 12.98 or 12.95. For some reason, those are interesting levels. I don't know what it is, but those are interesting levels to watch. A lot of things happen off of those levels because they're past the point of what you would normally expect, right? They're past the point of what I'm not, see, here's I have an 11, but it's actually a 12.98. And I'm drawing this from this way down here, right? It's not what you everybody watches the 382 and the 618, and I think the banks play it a little bit differently. They go a little bit further, and I've seen a lot of things happen off of the in between the 11 and 12.98 or 12.95, I mean, and also the 78.5 and the 71. All right, so those are kind of the levels I watch. I really don't look at the 618 or 382 a lot. I know it's what a lot of people look at. I don't, because as you can see, if we draw it from this level, I mean, it did kind of stay along the 618 level. I'm not gonna lie, that was a level to watch. 50 is another one I watch because if it reacts off the 50, it's usually going the other way. But then the 78.5 is another level. So as you can see, the 78.5 acted as a resistance point too. So it came up to here, had a resistance. Once it came below it, had a resistance. Came above, made it support, and then broke back down through it. So I think that's that 70.5 level from this major wave, right? This wave going back to late June. It's an interesting point to watch. My other videos, I talk about the 70. My previous videos, I talk about the 78.5 and the 71, and the 11 and 12.98. So right now we are at the 50, right? Again. So again, the 50 is another level I watch because usually if it breaks off the 50, it will go the opposite direction. So that's why I have my entry level at the 50, because I think that's the point where probably if it's going to come back, it's going to continue going the opposite direction if it reacts off the 50. Also near the 50 again is the support level, as well as the channel line, trend line, whatever you want to call it. I like to call them channels. It's not nearly a trend. It's more of a channel. Trends are more of what I have in this ladder right here. So this trend is down, right? But that's just me. That's what I think is going to happen at the beginning of the week. As far as the rest of the week, I don't know if it's going to stay in this channel or not. I think we might see something different happen. But I do see a buy. I don't think it come up out of this channel. I'm going to say it's going to react off of this 78.5 level, right? So because that is another support resistance level, I think this is the level to watch. Still, that's a good 380 points, right? 360, whatever it is. You can get, versus a 98. What is that at 3.78 ratio? I think that's going to be a decent and welcome call. But I think that is what's going to happen. Now, what happens after that, I'm not for sure. But this is my just initial call for the week. Again, go down, come up and out of it, retest it, and then continue on. I don't think this is the first retest that we're going to have off of this, either the 0.5 level or the resistance or support point from right here. That is just my take on it, though. You guys tell me what you think and let me know. I'll listen to whatever you guys have to say. That's just what I think. That's what I've been looking at. Again, whether it's going to stay in that channel or not, I have no idea. I really don't. I think something's going to happen. We're going to see it go lower eventually, probably somewhere in midweek, later in the week. I'm not 100% sure. Who knows? It could go straight through that, and we could see it just, blow right through the bottom of that. But like I said, we've kind of seen it go in this direction so far. I'm just waiting to see the reaction, right? What happens is what I'm going to react to. I never predict price. I react to it, as somebody once told me. And I think you should too. So be smart about it. Don't risk any more than what you have, especially with Nasdaq. It's very volatile. And we'll see what happens. But you guys enjoy your week. I'm going to sign off now like a radio star. Signing off from WTED, Bodies and Wicks. Peace.